Okay, so I did a video on Nigel Farage earlier, the one before this. You can see it in the video list. And it was about the comments, or a particular comment he made in an interview he did with regard to a certain demographic. And there's a lot of people on social media which are not very happy about it. And I put the question to you, this is what he said. What consequences does that have? Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Hope you're well. Now, if we look at the situation as it is, Reform have got those 5 MPs. They've got into a system. They've got into a house. They've got into a political environment that works in a certain way, has certain beliefs, has a way of dealing with dissent, i.e. shut up or you're out, you're expelled, very much toe the party, toe the political line. And to that end, I believe that within that environment, within those boundaries, you have to play a very particular game. You have to work within the rules if you're going to have a chance of beating the rules, changing the way things go. And I do wonder if that's what Reform and Nigel and Richard Tice and everybody else are playing at. There's an awful lot of reactionary stuff out there. There's an awful lot of reactionary comments which are saying, oh, Tice, Farage, they're Tory toffs, Tories in disguise, they're no good, they're not the saviours. Yes, they're both privately educated. Yes, they've both made a lot of money and all the rest of it. And you can see the narrative shift between what they said before they got in and the way they're behaving now. Tommy Robinson, why don't they support Tommy Robinson? Who in that house supports Tommy Robinson? What would happen to them if they outrightly came out and supported him? Even though we've discussed the fact that a load of Tommy's followers could be, not very happy with what was said or what was not said. Now let's look at this latest thing. What Nigel said, and I've had a chance to sit and think about this, is really a symptom of where we've allowed ourselves to end up. Now, one of the key things that he commented on was the fact that that demographic is increasing by a factor of about 75% every decade, every 10 years. That's a lot of people. I mean, let's concentrate on the bee in my bonnet for starters, what's coming across the channel on a daily basis. I think I read somewhere that the figure could be something like 40,000 this year. And that's a lot more than last year and the year before that and the year before that. So you've got an exponential growth all of the time. And the biggest issue, let's say I wanted to emigrate to Australia, or I emigrated to America, or something like that. When I go, I would do my best to integrate into the society which I now live. Whenever I go on holiday, I integrate and I try and obey the rules of where I am and integrate and fit in, have a good time, live peacefully. That's what should happen. If you move somewhere, you need to integrate. And it's becoming very clear that a large portion, and I'm not only commenting on that demographic, I'm commenting as, a general picture, either refuse to or are unable to integrate into the English way of life, or if you want to expand it further, the British way of life. So that becomes a problem. And at the rate of that population increase, it becomes very hard to control, very hard to do anything about. So therefore, in 30 years' time, if that section of society is well and truly alienated, in the case, the example Nigel put, that demographic, you of course will have a gigantic, very big problem. So what he's saying is, without going there really, the situation's massively out of control and it's our own doing. And if we carry on down that path, then we're heading for trouble. Now, people bash Reform, people bash any slight dissent within that vision of change, within that hope of change we're all leaning on. I've come into criticism myself because of this, you know, where I point something out. I did on the last video. I have a few comments. All I want is for you to bring your feelings out and discuss it. But what you have to think, particularly with the news over the last 24 to 48 hours, we have one chance to fix this country, or fix this United Kingdom, this union of ours. And if we don't take that chance, or if we defer it to another hope somewhere down the line, it will set everything back years. And how much untold damage could be done within that time? I don't have that long to wait. I don't know about you. I don't want my kids putting up with this when I could have fixed it. The choice is yours. What do you choose? Let me know in the comments. But if we allow ourselves to be divided, and the right seem to be, you know, good at this, where the left, somebody said, are good at uniting, we're in a whole heap of trouble. We've got to stay the cause. We've got to keep it tight, and we've got to get behind a unified joint symbol that can beat this. Otherwise, it's done. It's over. We may as well all go live in Outer Mongolia or something. I hope you get where I'm coming from, what I'm trying to say. Anyway, there's some more Farage videos here. Thank you. I look forward to talking to you again soon.